3 people retired. On the exact same Friday. The first was the CEO of a billion-dollar company. The second was a senior manager. And the third was the company's janitor. The entire office gathered to celebrate. The CEO received a standing ovation. The manager got warm applause. The janitor received a simple handshake and a small thank you gift. It looked like an ordinary retirement party, until someone asked, "So, who do you think is the richest person here?" Almost everyone pointed at the CEO. After all, he had spent decades earning millions. The janitor simply smiled and quietly sipped his coffee. A week later, the company published interviews with all 3 retirees. What everyone read next left the entire office speechless. The CEO admitted he still had a mortgage, luxury car payments, and loans he was still paying off. The senior manager had retirement savings, but quietly admitted he wasn't sure they would last. Then, everyone opened the janitor's interview. He lived in a modest house, had no debt, no car payments, and his investments covered all his monthly expenses. He would never need another paycheck. The office couldn't believe it. How could a man who spent 40 years cleaning floors retire wealthier than people earning 10 times more? People guessed he inherited money. He didn't. Some thought he got lucky with Bitcoin. He didn't. The truth was much simpler. 40 years earlier, on his very first payday, the janitor made himself one promise. No matter how much I earn, part of every paycheck belongs to my future. Before paying bills, before buying anything, he paid himself first, just 10%, every month. First, he built an emergency fund. Then, he invested. Not in risky trends, not in hot stocks. He quietly bought diversified index funds every month, whether markets went up or crashed. He kept buying. Year after year, his money began earning money. Then, those earnings earned even more. Years passed. Markets crashed. People panicked. His neighbors sold. His co-workers stopped investing. But the janitor ignored the noise. He simply followed the same system. Save, invest, wait, repeat. He never searched for the perfect investment, because he understood. Wealth isn't built by one brilliant decision. It's built by one simple decision, repeated thousands of times. Slowly, his investments grew. Then something incredible happened. His money worked harder than he did. While he slept, it kept growing. While he worked, it kept growing. He was no longer earning only with his time. He was earning through patience. 40 years later, people called him the smartest investor in the company. He smiled. I'm not. I simply stayed consistent when everyone else changed direction. The CEO spent his career earning more. The janitor spent his life keeping more and growing more. That's the difference. Income can make you feel rich. A system can make you financially free. Most people spend years searching for the next opportunity. Very few build habits that quietly create wealth. The simple wealth system was never a secret. People ignore it because it looks too simple. But simple doesn't mean ineffective. So here's the question. 20 years from today, will people see someone who chased opportunities, or someone who built a system that quietly changed everything? If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Wealth with Alex, because sometimes one simple story can change the way you think about money forever.